I don't know. I don't like the feeling of them touching me, dude.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Betamax. My name's Fidel. Joining me on this episode is Eddie
And Fidel.
and Jose.
And Eddie.
And Eddie. Damn it.
Danny. What's up, gentlemen?
Oi, mate.
Dude, allergies suck.
I know.
And we're out here with mosquitoes and shit.
Yeah, dude.
We're in the wilderness.
It's better than the garage, though, because
Yeah.
it's pretty warm in there, dude.
You said you could hear the crickets. I can't hear them on my
Really?
headphones now.
I could hear him.
I think they sound nice.
Shut your bitch ass up, homie.
No, I think it sounds cool.
Yeah, it's whatever.
It's our audience.
So what's up? How you guys been? How's your week been?
You go first, dude.
It's been chill.
Yeah?
I worked like 12 days straight.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, why all of a sudden are you trying to film again?
Because I figured it was Mother's Day weekend. And yeah, why not, you know?
Yeah. of all weekends.
Specifically, I'm motivated this weekend, dude.
Yeah.
Next weekend,
And
I don't
only
know.
this
I don't
weekend.
know.
Damn. I'm actually
Maybe Father's Day weekend.
I'm actually booked up all of May, homie.
I'm down to film on Christmas.
I'm down to film on Christmas.
No, we should film, though. Like, I feel like how you said, like, playing that game Rap Attack. Like, with people who have a little bit more, like, knowledge, you know?
So not Eddie.
Well,
I'd win. I'd
yeah.
win.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Eddie can be there to, like, film it.
Hey, dude. When's Tupac's birthday, dude?
It's not that kind of game.
Is this a trivia?
April 20th.
Damn.
Is
You
it?
I don't know. Dude.
Oh,
I was
shit.
convincing though, right?
Yeah.
That's
420?
right. 420, homie.
did. What?
Yeah, that's all I got.
What about you, dude?
What about me?
How was your week?
Yeah, anything special?
No,
Nothing special
nothing special
at all, dude.
at all.
Hmm.
How was your birthday party?
It was chill. I had a good time.
Yeah, it was whatever.
I had fun.
Did you get any cool presents?
I did. The homie hooked it up with the Lemmy action figure.
Oh, that's
That
right.
was tight. And just, I don't know, just quality time with you guys, you know? My sister got me made me brownies, which was bomb.
Oh, I'm glad you brought up your sister because it just reminded me, like, so I think this might have been the first time I hung out with your sister, like, as her being an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was, like, tripping me out seeing her, like,
Smoke weed?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it was tripping me out.
Yeah, she's cool. Her boyfriend's cool, too.
Nah,
There you go. He's cool.
nah, I'm straight edge, homie. I don't do that shit. No, but for real, though, because, like, I've known your sister since she was little.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That was, like, tripping me out.
Yeah, it's
It
weird.
was the first time seeing that.
That's weird.
I went home and cried.
Yeah?
Yeah. Not because of that. It was personal stuff.
Oh, that's tight. How was your birthday, though?
I worked.
Yeah?
Yeah. Worked. Got off work around, I want to say 6:30 maybe. And then went to Anna's house. She made some pozole.
Bomb.
Yeah. And then I tried to call off today.
Yeah?
He tried.
I tried. But I didn't try to do it in a way where I'll be like, oh, I don't feel good, or like, oh, I can't come in. I kind of tried to like reason with my my route manager, where I texted him last night because I was sitting at Anna's kitchen table and I was tired, and then just being there, I was like, man, I don't want to work tomorrow. Like today just feels like a Friday. Like I'm
Yeah.
already in that mindset of
Mhm.
like checking out, you know.
Yeah.
So I had told Anna, I was like, I think I'm gonna call off tomorrow, and she's all like, why? I was like, I don't know. I just don't feel like going to work. And I was like, she goes, oh, okay.
You're like sick.
Sick. But I ended up texting the route manager and I was like, hey, is there any way to get my route covered tomorrow? But unfortunately, no.
Yikes.
Yeah, but he did cut my route in half, basically. So he was like, I could try to give you a half day. And I was like, if you can, if not, like, I understand. So I got to work and I had a half day. And I was like, cool.
Sick.
But he left all the hard shit on the road.
Yeah.
Because the easy shit is just houses. I had no houses.
Oh, man.
I had 2 big shopping centers, 2 apartment complexes, and then the mall. So all the hard shit.
Yikes.
But luckily, the mall wasn't that busy today, so I was able to knock it out. Like,
Is it usually?
yeah, yeah. Like usually, it's busy to the point where they have to put some of the mall stops in a different truck, and that guy meets me there. But it's usually the guy that goes to meet me there anyway. So
Okay.
but yeah, I mean,
Guys all the time.
huh?
These airplanes all the time, dude.
That's not an airplane.
Or whatever that is. The drone.
That was a car.
Really? It's a car?
That was a car, homie.
Oh, damn. That sounds like a freaking like helicopter or something.
That's a car, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Or a motorcycle, one of them.
one of them. Yeah. Whoa, what was that?
I don't know. A ghost?
You hear that? I hear that too. You
What?
don't hear anything?
Oh, those are kids, I think.
No,
No?
that's not what I heard.
I heard the kids.
You heard the kids? I heard someone going, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, I think it was. I think it was the kids.
Mariah.
I'm just trying to scare myself.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, that was my day. I wanted to watch. Fuck, dude, I did watch a few things, but why am I blanking on it right now? I should have wrote it down. I don't write shit down anymore.
That's what's up.
Dude, I feel so low energy right now.
That's what's up.
Same.
That's all you wanted a soda, dude?
That's why I
A
wanted
little
a soda.
pick me up?
Yeah, but you don't have that.
I don't. I'm sorry.
And my dumbass went to the store and I
Just
didn't
chuck
get
some
myself
sugar.
one. You got sugar, homie?
I have Coke.
Nah, I don't do that gay
Or
shit.
cola.
Oh, shit.
I'm kidding. I don't.
Aw. Dang. I'm a DoorDash a large Coke from Taco Bell.
Just go DoorDash a Coke.
No, there was something that I watched that I wanted to bring up. What did I watch?
Other than Heretic?
Yeah, other than Heretic, because that is something I do want to get into. But oh, you haven't watched it yet though.
No.
Memoir of a Snail.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
God damn it, dude.
I really want to talk about that.
I'm sorry, dude. I'll make it my next one.
I'm out of here.
All right.
I watched Crimson Peak. I rewatched Crimson Peak, that Guillermo del Toro movie.
How'd you like it the second time around?
I enjoyed it a lot more the second time around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you fall into that like
I did.
trap that everyone else did?
I did. Do you know what movie this is?
I know of it by name.
Start with Jessica Chastain, Tom Hiddleston, and who's the other female lead? I can't remember her name.
I don't know.
I think she plays like Alice in the live action Alice in Wonderland. I believe that's her. But no, I did enjoy it a lot more the second time around because I remember the first time I did fall into that whole trap of like, oh, it's supposed to be like a horror movie, and it's not at all.
Yeah.
It's more of like a romance, like drama, almost soap opera. But I did enjoy it a lot more. Jessica Chastain's really good, man. She's a really good actress.
She's the main.
She's the sister or the wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the one that's fucking all crazy and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it. Like I said, it's a love story, so it does have like its cheesy moments.
Yeah. It's a pretty film to look at too.
Yeah,
Like visually, it's like really pleasant on the eyes.
yeah, but yeah. I did enjoy it the second time around. But I also watched a movie called Carry On.
Carry On.
Carry On, like a bag at the airport, like
Oh, okay.
Carry On.
Not the
starring-
band.
Not the band. Shit, I wish I watched Carry On the band, homie.
Me too.
That'd be sick.
Off my fucking chest.
No, like Carrion Cross.
Continue, dude. Continue.
I was letting the crickets do that. Killer Cross, homie.
No.
That was his indie name.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. Because you're referring to the wrestler, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you referring to it because of that promo or that pipe bomb that he cut?
No. No, because like that's how you meant Carry On, right?
No.
No. Actual carry.
Like a Carry On like bag.
Oh shoot. Okay.
But the movie, it was cool. It was very stupid, but I was entertained by it. But it's very dumb, nonsensical, convenient.
Was it comedy or what?
No, it's like a drama. Like it's supposed to be like a thriller. It basically, this guy, played by I think his name is Taron Egerton.
Oh yeah.
That sounds
You know who I'm
familiar.
talking about from Kingsman?
Yeah. Is he one? He's one of the like one of the Egerton brothers, right? Egerton.
Mm-mm.
No,
I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of.
he was in like what's that? What's that one that with Jennifer? I can't remember the name.
What's it about? What's up?
I can't remember.
That's what's up, homie.
Can't think of it.
Because you're all hopped up on that sparkling water, homie.
It's true. No, I just can't think of the name. I've never seen it. It's the I Offer Myself as Tribute.
The Hunger Games?
Hunger
Jennifer
Games.
Lawrence?
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence.
He's in a movie with her?
Yeah, isn't he in that movie?
In the Hunger Games?
Yeah.
No. No, I don't think so.
I don't know. I've never seen those movies.
They're actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy?
Yeah, he's in Hunger Games?
No, I thought so.
No?
Or he had like a brother that is or something like that.
I don't know. Well, anyways, he plays his,
Rocket Man.
yeah, that's right. He was Rocket Man.
Hi.
He played Elton John.
Oh.
Hi, Naraya.
Right here.
Woo!
Loud.
No. See you later.
She's like, you guys are whack.
He plays this airport security guard who is about to have a child, and his wife, I believe they're married. His wife also works at the airport, and so not really sure what her job title is. It's more of like a customer service type job, but she's like the manager, I guess. But anyway, I get the sense that he's kind of stuck, like in a job that his wife feels like he needs to try to get a promotion or even try to do something else to make more money just because they're about to have a kid, you know? And like she's bringing it up to him because she brings up the fact that like he never tried again to go for the police academy or whatever, and basically he's unmotivated, and so he kind of takes that. He kind of takes an initiative at work where he tells his boss like, "Hey, like let me." He wanted to do the part where they check the X-rays when they're putting the bags through the X-rays.
Oh yeah.
Because I guess that's like a higher position.
So he doesn't play the carry-on.
No.
Okay.
And so the boss is like, no, like everybody's already set, like, and you're unreliable. You're always late. Like you do the minimum effort. Like, why would I put you in that? And he's like, come on, just give me a shot. And he's like, no. And then his friend works in that position, so he tells him, you know what? Let him take my spot. I'll do something else. Like, and then the guy's like, okay, well, I mean, your ass is on the line. Like, if he fucks up, so he's able to get in that spot. But at the same time, there's another character played by Jason Bateman. He's like notices that guy isn't going to be in that spot anymore, but he needs him in that spot, and you're not sure like why. So
he's in on something.
Hmm?
Like he's in on something.
So he gathered information on that security guard to blackmail him into helping him sneak a package onto an airplane. And the contents of this package are not known yet. And so he ends up, they end up switching up the plan, and he gets the Taron Egerton's character like involved and kind of forces him to help him out now. And then at the same time, you see him trying to be like Mr. Detective, and that's where like the thriller aspect comes from it.
Because he's like trying to like connect like things to each other and figure it out.
Because like there's moments where like it all starts off. He starts off doing the bag check shit, and then this girl, she's like, "Hey, this isn't mine," and like her tray, and it's like a little earpiece, and he's like, "Oh," he's all put it in the lost and found, and he grabs it, and then his phone rings, and it's Jason Bateman's character, and he's like, put the earpiece in your ear, or I think he gets a text, and it says put the earpiece in your ear, and he puts it in, and he gets Jason Bateman's voice, and he starts telling him like about himself, like information about himself, so he knows he's serious.
Yeah.
He's like, I know your wife works here too. Like, I know you guys are expecting. Like, do what I say, and like she'll live.
Sketch.
Yeah. So he makes him put his phone in the lost and found, so he doesn't try to like text or nothing. But then he like has his Apple Watch, and he's trying to text like somebody through speech, and he like. Jason Bateman has a guy on the outside that hacked like the security camera so he can see everything he's doing, and
Oh wow.
yeah. But like I said, the movie, it's not. There's a lot of coincidences.
Yeah.
And it's very like goofy. But I don't know. I enjoyed it.
It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Then. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
It sounds like a dope story though.
it is. I think what kind of ruined it for me was the ending.
Oh, really?
Because there's this detective like that's trying to track down like because there's like a security threat goes off, like they get tipped off somehow, and so there's like this main detective after this guy, and then at the end of the movie, because Taron Egerton's character helped her out, she's kind of like, give me a call when you're all better, because he's all beat up. So obviously he's gonna become a cop now, and I don't know. It's just the way it all got set up and
Damn.
the way it played out. I was like, oh come on.
I see what you mean. Like inconvenient. Like
Yeah.
how everything kind of just.
Everything just falls into place.
Yeah, yeah. Like dude got lucky.
Yeah.
Everybody got lucky.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
Yeah. It's a Netflix movie, so.
Josh Hutcherson is who I was confusing him with.
So it's Jason Bateman, the Carry On.
Yes.
Okay.
Or was he was doing the carrying on.
I'm just gonna spoil the movie. Jason Bateman dies because the carry-on package is like some sort of gas bomb that's gonna kill everybody on this plane. And the reason he's trying to kill everybody on the plane is because there's like some sort of politician on there that they need dead so they could pass some law in order to do something with like weapons on the government. And then the way Taron Egerton foils the plans is he locks him in like this sealed fridge in the fucking baggage compartment of the plane and throws the bomb in there with him, and the bomb goes off with Jason Bateman, and you see Jason Bateman suffocate to death. And because they're in a fridge with like a glass door, you can see everything, but none of the air comes out.
Dope.
That's what happens.
Cool.
But yeah, that movie sucks.
Was there food in the fridge?
No,
Oh.
Or was he the food?
he was the food.
He was the food.
He was the food.
He was a food?
He was the food. Another thing I checked out that I signed up for ESPN Plus to check out was Stephanie's Places. I was talking to you about.
Oh
it.
yeah, you're telling me a little bit about that. Yeah.
And
You said it was like underwhelming.
extremely. Stephanie's Places was hosted by Stephanie McMahon, and from my understanding, it's supposed to be she goes to like these different wrestlers or like wrestling personalities, and just kind of catches up with them, see what they've been up to. But dude, this felt so like, I don't know. I just felt like I was just watching a long ass commercial.
Really?
Yeah, like, and they don't really talk about shit like of substance, I guess, and.
I saw a snippet where it was like they were she was talking to like Solo Sikoa and
That episode really interested
Jay
me.
and Jimmy Uso, and this part that I saw was just they were she was asking them about like if any of their kids have expressed like an interest in wrestling, and they kind of like I guess lightly touch on like Rikishi being like their dad, and so that caught my attention in it. But like, so it was not like a long episode. They didn't like get into it a lot.
Each episode is like 20 minutes long, and like the reason I wanted to check out was because of that episode.
Because of that one, okay.
Because I saw a clip of it and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Because
Okay.
it's like the bloodline, you know.
Yeah.
And they're on a yacht, and then like Sami Zayn is there and Paul Heyman is there.
That's true, yeah.
So like I was like, okay, I'm interested to hear the conversations they have, and it's just shit that has been said before in like other documentaries and like and just information you get from other documentaries that are far more interesting and dive even deeper into like the lore of all that shit.
They don't get personal or anything.
Not really.
No?
The only thing they did get personal on was like the food, because they always say like, oh yeah, you know, when we gather as a family, like we have this food, and then they talk about how like Yokozuna loved eating turkey tail because it's just pure fat. And Stephanie was like, oh, I gotta try it, and like you don't see her eat it, but then she's like, oh, I'm about to try it, and then the camera cuts to a different person.
So you don't even get to see her like try it and get her feedback on it?
And no, well, it cuts to a different person, and then it goes back to her, and she's like chewing, and she's all like, "Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna try that again." But it's like they purposely didn't show her like bite into it. For
So
some
it might
reason.
not even have happened.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like she could just be doing a bit.
Maybe
I see.
because they showed Jacob Fatu like bite into it.
Oh, okay.
Because he's like, "Oh, I'll eat one with you," and he like bit into it.
Those guys are cool.
Yeah, dude, I want to hang out with those guys.
Me too, dude. It's funny at just this game. Like I think I told you like how one of his coaches he was like he grew up with like Samoan dudes.
Mhm.
So when he saw Joseph pull up with a haircut, because he got the Jey Uso haircut,
Yeah,
and dude, he hit a home run. He was like, "Let's go, Us!" Like so, he kept calling him Us. So he's like on this wrestling like Uso kick right now. It's pretty sick.
that's what's up.
He's always like, "Yeet."
Yeet.
He's like throwing shit at Naraya. Going yeet.
But yeah, so I watched that, and then I watched like the other episodes with the other wrestlers, and
Was there any other cool ones, like, or ones that maybe caught your attention because you saw like, oh, who is the like
Stone Cold.
Really?
The Shed episode of Stone Cold. The only thing I remember that or of note is like I had no idea Stone Cold like races like dune buggies now,
Oh wow.
like professionally.
Like he drives them.
He races them like he go drive. It shows him like dude, he goes fast as fuck.
Oh, like he's actually the driver though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so they
Check
do
it out.
they do a thing where like she's in the passenger seat while he like races one. Well, not really race, but he's driving all fast.
Hmm.
And then like the very first episode was the CM Punk one, and he's only in it for like 5, maybe 10 minutes. It was weird. Like the rest of the episode was just about her building, like going to visit the new WWE headquarters, and I was like, "What the fuck is this, dude?" But I ended up canceling ESPN Plus.
Because it wasn't worth it.
No, it wasn't worth it.
Oh man, that sucks. Because it looks cool.
Yeah, but it was very underwhelming.
Yeah.
I wouldn't check it out, honestly. I don't think it's worth it.
No.
I don't think so. I think if you see the clips like on TikTok, whatever,
Those are worth it.
that's worth it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's all
That's
I need.
it.
Oh
That's all
wow,
you
that
need.
sucks, dude.
Yeah,
That sucks.
that's all you need. The rest of it is like, I do not see like a season 2 happening.
Really.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they did. Have you guys checked out anything else besides Heretic?
I was trying to catch up with Andor. I still got still got to catch up. Like on I think the last 3. I fell asleep. But yeah,
I am keeping up with The Last of Us season 2.
I haven't even started that one yet.
I want to propose an idea. Are you watching it or no?
I haven't. I'm just waiting for everything to get released so I can just binge it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
We should do an episode talking about this season when it's over, and maybe ask Jacob to come on.
Oh, sick.
Yeah,
I'm down.
I'll hit him up.
I'm down.
How are you liking it so far, though?
I'm not gonna say.
You don't want
I'm
to
gonna
say?
save it. Yeah,
Because I've been hearing a lot of
I'm
shit.
gonna save it. I'll let you know off mic.
Dang.
This shit sucks.
Oh, dude.
No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, the only other thing I've been messing around with is just like that new DJ stuff that I've been messing, like the new controller with the software.
Yeah.
Just kind of exploring like what that interface has, and it's making DJing fun again because
Damn,
like
make DJing fun again.
because it's yeah. Well, at least for me,
Yeah.
for me, because like I can do it mad portable. Like I brought my controller and my iPad to Joseph's last game,
Yeah.
and we got there a little early, so they were doing maybe about half an hour of warm up. So I was like spinning, like with just my speaker and the controller and my iPad for that time, and it was fun, So just kind of figuring like all of that out, just kind of exploring that, and then just doing Joseph's baseball. Like he's in the semifinals tomorrow, so if we win tomorrow, then Monday is the championship game. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Quast. What about you, Eddie?
Dude, I haven't watched shit.
No.
You fucking suck, homie.
Dude, nah. Emily doesn't let me, dude.
Mm.
Dude, I can't, dude.
Blaming your kid, huh?
I am 100%. It is her.
Damn.
Nah, dude, I can't. Because then I tried watching, because I got like a bunch of new movies, like physical, like Blu-rays, but yeah, dude, it's hard.
Just leave her in the car, dude.
I'm down. No, yeah, it's too, like I can't, dude. Like I don't want to ruin a movie for myself, so I don't want to like half-ass it where I'm like pausing it every like 5 minutes to you
Yeah.
know. So I did watch Heretic, but I think that's it. I'm trying to think of anything else.
What about music?
Music, no. I did check out that artist you sent.
Bruley.
Yeah,
Yeah, the guy that he's the guy.
I was calling him Brulee.
Oh yeah,
Creme brulee?
that's
Yeah.
that's what I was calling him too at first. But that's the guy that made that game,
What game?
that Rap Attack game.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, he's the guy who made that game.
Okay, I was gonna ask you like what game did he? But I like that stuff. That's the kind of hip hop I like. That like
It's kind of
you can like
freeform.
skateboard to it.
Yeah.
You know, like that kind of.
Yeah, he like he doesn't have like barriers. You know,
Yeah.
like it doesn't. You know, some like he's very like free form with like the beats and his flow.
Yeah.
Cause like on one song, like on that newest EP he has, like it kind of reminds of Quasimodo, of how like the voice is kind of pitched up, and then the rest of the songs, it's his normal voice. Like I like how he kind of just does whatever the fuck.
Wait, so do you fuck with MF Doom?
I do like him. I just feel like I haven't dove that deep into it, but I do like what I've heard. But I've only heard like I guess the popular songs, the big hits. But
Yeah.
I like them.
Yeah, MF Doom's sick. Dude.
I know.
But I do gotta take like a day to like listen to, dive deeper, I guess, into his stuff.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
Why the fuck do I have this one on?
I don't
There
know.
we go. I had the fourth mic on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though there's no fourth mic plugged in.
All I need is one mic. Sorry.
Nasir Jones?
Yeah, dude.
That's his last name, right?
Yeah. Or I don't know.
So, did you guys watch the GTA 6 trailer?
No, I didn't.
No,
Actually.
I didn't. I just saw like stills of it.
Dude, insane. It's that what you're watching is from a base PS5. Oh, you guys didn't watch it, but
Yeah, I maybe saw like snippets, where I can see kind of like how like the fluidity of the movements.
yeah.
I saw one still where it showed the detail. Dude, it's so realistic looking.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way that the suds and the condensation
Dude.
on a bottle of beer,
If you have like a PS5 Pro, like it's gonna look insane.
insane, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there, one of the I was watching an interview with one of the guys that worked on the game, well, is working on the game, and he was saying that like what you're watching, it's like half gameplay, half like
Cutscene?
cutscenes, and it's hard to tell which one's which. Like to me, I thought it was just all cutscenes, but he was saying that no, like some of that is gameplay, like in gameplay, but he was saying like that what you see is what you're gonna get because that's on the base PS5, like not even the Pro. And I'm like, this looks insane already, dude. But he was saying that the reason they pushed back another year too is like, he's like, this is the first time Rockstar has ever gotten money just thrown at them. And he's like, we got an infinite amount of money. Like if we ask for more money, we can get more. So that's just giving us way more than enough. Like
To just go crazy.
yeah. And he's saying that that's why it looks so good. And he was saying like, no, this is gonna be like the biggest game ever. And yeah, he was just saying like, he's like, I think like they're close to almost the billions of what they're putting into this game, dude.
Really?
And he's saying like, we know we're gonna make our money back. Insane, dude.
Well,
This is gonna be expensive, homie.
so the first things come to mind though is like how much is that going to cost, but also
The memory.
like how hard is that going to be on the system?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how loud is the PS5 going to be now?
I mean, not only that, the storage. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe like
I
the
mean, if you want
technology.
if you want it bad enough, I suppose you can just get an external sound or external memory card.
Because I did get for my PS5, I have that external. It's a hard drive, but you install it inside the PS5.
Oh, okay. I have one for my PS4 that just attaches to the USB.
That's what I had too when I had the PS4. But yeah, the one I have, I think it's 2 terabytes. I think. Yeah, it's like a one from Samsung for the PlayStation
Oh, okay.
specifically. Yeah.
How much was that?
I think it was like 100, maybe 2. I don't remember.
For a
honestly.
terabyte?
2.
That's
2
not
terabytes?
bad at all.
terabytes.
That's pretty good, dude.
Yeah, for 2 terabytes. I just had to install it myself. I was fucking nervous as hell. But like apparently you could open the PS5 easily. Like it's
Yeah, I've
just
never tried
clips on.
Yeah, they're like panels.
Yeah. Yeah, you just unclip it and then there's like this little bracket with one screw. You take the one screw off and where the storage, like where the external storage goes, like it's empty. And you just connect it there and then put the
Oh, so you didn't have to pull anything out?
No.
You just add it.
Yeah.
Oh, snaps. That's for the PS5?
That's for the PS5 that I have.
You have the base model?
Mm-hmm.
Send me a link to that one.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, but the trailer looks cool. It has like an 80s vibe to it, but like a modern 80s vibe to it.
All right, what do you guys think we're gonna get first?
It's Vice City, right?
Huh?
It's Vice. It takes place in Vice,
Vice
City.
City's in it.
Oh, Vice City.
I think it's gonna be all three. No,
No. Oh, really?
I think aren't you gonna be able to go to Vice City and San Andreas in it
I don't know about San Andreas.
or Liberty
No,
City? I mean,
no. Because it takes place in a.
It's like a Florida
yeah,
type of
it's
thing.
like a Florida
I forgot what they
I
call
don't
it, but yeah, the main map is gonna include Vice City, but that's not like the whole.
It's not the whole thing. That's just one spot.
one spot of the map.
Okay, kind of like.
So I'm imagining this is probably gonna be massive, dude.
Okay.
probably.
What I can't remember what it was called. So. GTA.
All right, what do you guys think we're gonna get first? Grand Theft Auto 6 or Marvel's Blade?
Blade.
You think we're gonna get that one
Ooh.
first?
I'm sure, dude.
I don't think that movie's ever coming out, homie.
Probably not.
Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah, I think Grand Theft Auto 6. Because I mean, for at least
They
with that,
finally
we have
gave us a
trailer.
release date.
Yeah.
But they did. I mean, how many? They pushed it back like 5 years in a row already.
The very first trailer, I believe, came out in 2023. I think the very first trailer.
That's crazy.
That was the one with like the people
When-
like on a car or whatever. Like
yeah. When is the last? When did
Grand Theft Auto 5.
5 come out?
That came out like 2013, homie.
That's insane, dude.
That came out for the PS3
2013.
crazy.
for Grand Theft Auto 5.
Grand Theft Auto 5. And
Yeah.
so right here that it says it's following Grand Theft Auto 5 in 2013
Yeah.
and the 16th entry overall, set within the open world of fictional U.S. state Leonida.
Yeah. See,
Like I don't know how they pronounce it, but it's based on Florida, and it's a Miami-inspired Vice City. That story follows these two individuals, the one dude and the one girl.
It seems like it's gonna be like a Bonnie and Clyde type of.
Yeah,
type
that's
of thing.
I saw like a description of somebody put like saying that it was that inspired of that type of story.
Yeah, because I think it's just like they're both gonna be playable characters, so
Oh, that's cool.
I think you're gonna be able to like swap back and forth.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's what I liked about Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah. That game was sick.
Yeah, that game was sick. That game was super cool.
But you think we're gonna get the game before it played?
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw a video recently of somebody interviewing David S. Goyer, who wrote the first Blade with Wesley Snipes, and they asked him something about like, oh, would you have you heard about all these Blade delays? Like, what do you think is like the issue? And he's all like, oh, man, they haven't called me. And he starts laughing.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, oh, like, would you write it?
Yeah, I
Like,
saw that one, yeah.
And he's like, yeah, if they asked me, like, I would. He's like, I love the character.
in a
I would
heartbeat.
definitely do it.
Yeah, he expressed like a lot of like fondness for like the franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy that they wouldn't even have reached out to that guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
You think they would? I mean, I would. It's kind of like playing it smart.
I think he
I think
also.
that's why, dude. It was too much of a safe bet. They're like, nah.
I think he also wrote the Netflix Daredevil series, the Netflix version.
Okay.
Oh, so not the good one with
With Ben Affleck.
Yeah,
Oh, he's fucking terrible on me.
I never saw it.
Sucks. Dick.
I'm gonna watch it. Then. I'm definitely gonna watch it then.
Damn. All right. So, Heretic. Well, do you remember watching the trailer for this movie?
Yeah, it did catch my eye. It wasn't at all what I thought it was in my head gonna
Okay.
be.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was gonna be like some crazy labyrinth that they're like trying to get through, which, I mean, kind of it is, but not really. Like I literally thought it was gonna be like some spooky shit going on, like some labyrinths, and they both went a separate way, and it was gonna be kind of like a character study.
That's
both of
exactly
them?
what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
And yeah, it wasn't that at all, really.
It-
well,
it-
not going to say at all, but
it touched on it, but I
Yeah.
feel like
I see what you mean. I didn't.
from the trailer,
yeah,
that's what I got.
That's not what I got at all. I thought
No.
it was gonna be kind of like a Saw, but like
Like
maybe,
they were gonna have to be tested.
yeah, like more like I guess kind of psychological in a way.
Mhm.
yeah.
You know, like a psychological Saw. Like he gave me kind of like Jigsaw-y vibes. You know, I guess you could say that it was kind of like that in a way, but like Not really. But that's
I-
what it seems to me, though.
I think this might be the first movie I've seen Hugh Grant play this type of character.
That's what I thought.
I don't even know. I recognize him, but I can't think of like a movie that I've
He
seen. him in.
usually he's known for like romantic comedies.
That's probably why.
The last movie I remember seeing him in was The Gentleman. Guy Ritchie's The Gentleman. He's in that. Plays opposite Charlie Hunnam. But yeah, I had been wanting to watch it ever since I saw the trailer because the trailer really intrigued me. And then I finally was like, fuck it. And I put it on. I believe it was on Max.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I like this movie.
No?
I don't know. Like, after the movie was over, I was like, that was tight. But like, the more I thought about it, I was just like, I don't know. What'd you guys think?
I think I kind of feel the same about it, where I don't think it was a terrible movie. I enjoyed it for what it was, but I definitely feel like the first half of the movie is a stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was way more into it, and I didn't really like the ending. I mean, I did, but I didn't. Just because I mean, I like the gore in it, and I do like that it does like. I guess it doesn't end like in a. Like I'm gonna leave it up to you to, kinda, you know what I mean, to figure out. Because, I don't know. Are we spoiling
Yeah,
everything?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It's streaming, so
Yeah. So I mean, I was excited. I'm like, finally, like, a major Hollywood movie that has a atheist in it, kinda, and I was like, please don't make him into like a fucking weirdo.
I don't think he was an atheist.
You don't think so?
I don't think
No.
so because,
I think he's a serial killer.
well, not only that, it's just because he kept saying like, he still kept referencing like the one true religion.
No, it was all fake. I think he's a serial killer, and that was all a ruse just so he can justify his urges.
You think so?
Well, because serial killers' kink is control. Like, that whole part is just to justify his urges is what it seems like to me. Like, because I mean, so he's playing the trick on the girls as he lures them into this dungeon, right? And he gives them the illusion of choice, because according to that model that he has of the layout of the house, both those stairwells that he makes them choose between belief and disbelief,
They go the same.
they go
place.
to the same place. So they're going to experience the same thing either way. And there was a quote, people are easier to control when they feel like they've lost everything, So for the person who sees this resurrection occur, like they're basically being duped into like a cult, right? Because a cult like behavior is based on like control, like thought control, the control over what you wear, what you do. So they submit, and that's how they get themselves locked into this cycle. And he uses these women as like, I don't know, like lures, like on a like worm on a hook kind of thing. And then he just gets to get the pleasure of killing somebody. And then he makes his whole thing up because like because she called him out like on his game.
Yeah.
So he tried to switch it up like on the fly and try to freestyle this whole simulation theory aspect. And I don't know, it just kind of seemed like to me that it was kind of, he just was a serial killer. And that was just kind of like his gimmick, because the way he was like just emotionally like all over the place, because he was very polite, he was very cordial, but then also very intense, like the way he would like. And then there's like a lot of those like close-up shots that would focus on like when I noticed one of the things is when she mentions like the smell in the air of the blueberry.
Yeah.
He like the camera focuses on him like looking at her, giving her a look like oh hell yeah, she noticed the smell, like it's on,
Yeah.
like he gets like an arousal out of this kind of stuff, Like it just seems very serial killer-ish to me. You know what I mean?
So would you call this a slasher film?
Not so much a slasher film because he's not like going around slashing people up. Like he's not like Jason Voorhees or what's
'Cause
fucking.
I think he just kills one person in the whole movie, right? Just
He technically
that girl.
kills two.
Who's the other one?
The Prophet.
Oh, the one that eats the pie.
The one
The
that
one that
gets
yeah.
resurrected.
Yeah, the one that eats the one that eats the poison food.
Mm.
So that person dies, and then that girl.
That actually shocked me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it shocked me too.
I was like, oh, what the fuck?
I thought that was tight.
Yeah.
I liked how it kind of caught me off guard, like in a cool way. You know, they didn't do like the corny jump scare stuff. That's what I was worried about. I was worried about being like Ouija boardish, you know,
Yeah.
because I saw Heretic, and I didn't know if it was gonna be like kind of like a supernatural kind of thing too,
Yeah.
which I was hoping it wasn't. I think
That's what I was hoping it wasn't either.
Yeah, because then I don't know. I feel like those are just
They're dumb.
yeah, there's just too many of
It's
that
hard
kind
to
of shit
pull
out
off,
there.
too.
Yeah, they're kind of like the same thing as like those Christmas films, like those Christmas love stories, like an inanimate object that comes to life and falls in love with a girl who's lonely for Christmas. You know,
That sounds
Like,
like
Fuck?
yeah, you know what I mean, like a gingerbread, like or something. You know, like
I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about.
that sounds tight, dude. Gingerbread?
yeah, you know how they have like those plethora of those Christmas movies. We talked about it before.
Yeah,
And they're,
but
always
They all
something-
have the
they're
same
always
cover?
they're always something dumb like that. Like
but you're over here talking about someone falling in love with a gingerbread man.
that's what I'm saying. I'm
Hey, what kind of porn you watching, dude? Leak me, dude.
Link me,
I'm making
dude.
that comparison. Like there's too many of those supernatural and the
Yeah.
house movies that just kind of seem like beating a dead horse, I suppose. You know, like it's like they're kind of corny now. Like you
Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
like I don't get. They don't draw my attention like they used to because they used to be mad creepy, but like they're not mad creepy to me anymore.
They're a dime a dozen, dude.
I do like that it was more psychological based because it kind of kept me on my toes.
Yeah.
It kept me thinking. You know.
Yeah, and I do think it raised a lot of like really good I guess like the whole like religion thing, especially my favorite thing in the whole movie was when they're in his little like study hall library thing,
Yeah.
and he's just going around talking about religion and how that's also like just a copy of a copy of a copy.
Yeah, they're
of,
just
like,
different
million things.
iterations of each other.
Yeah, and I just feel like they brought up a lot of good points and stuff, and I thought that's where I was like, okay, where's this going? This is like, I'm super into it.
Yeah.
And then I feel like it does lose a little bit of steam towards the end, but by then I'm like, had already kind of like, all right, it's not gonna get any, like, it's not gonna go anywhere else but like a violent way, and sure enough, that's what happened. But yeah, I feel like the first half was a lot better. I was way more into it.
I think it's like two different movies. Like the first half is a different movie than the second half because the
Yeah,
second
I
half
can
kind of
see
just
that.
like speeds up,
Mhm.
and it's like now it's a serial killer movie. When before it was kind of like a psychological thriller. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because then like the whole time you're wondering like how's he gonna get them to go downstairs?
Yeah, like
and-
which one are they gonna choose, and then like what's down there?
Yeah.
And then when you find out that once they get down there,
that's the same.
it kind of seems like as if in a way like when they're writing it, they were kind of like, okay, now that they're in the dungeon, now what do we do?
Yeah.
You know, it kind of did have that vibe, you know, and they were just kind of they came up with something I thought was dope, but
Yeah, and I do like that, like the prophet, whatever. I was hoping like, I hope they don't like, when they get like resurrected, they're not like evil and like try to kill them. Like, I was hoping it didn't go that route, and I'm glad it didn't, because I feel like that just would have been like way too obvious and cheesy. And that's why, like, for the most part, I feel like it was a grounded movie. It didn't do anything too like far fetched to like suspend like your disbelief, you know, like. Because like the whole time, like, okay, where's this going? It keeps going like a little more bonkers, but I feel like it never like jumped a shark. I guess, you know.
yeah,
Because like, I mean, you do get that crazy, like, scene at the end, or towards the end, where one of the main characters goes into that room and it's just a bunch of like girls locked up.
yeah, like and
Oh,
like
yeah.
they look like cribs, like
Yeah,
baby,
yeah,
like baby cribs,
like
but, like
little-
locked,
Like
Yeah.
MTV Cribs?
yeah.
Exhibits in there.
Why exhibit?
Oh wait, no, that's for my ride. Hey, wait, imagine he was though.
Hey, that'd be sick.
Why are you talking about Exhibit? What kind of pornos are you watching, dude?
Yeah, for real. Exhibit in a dog cage? Hey, link me.
Blacked. One exhibit. It was all white girls, dude. I'm just saying.
Eric's gonna give it to you.
Oh my god.
It's different now. Huh? Oh shit.
Yeah, I thought that was like okay, like. So I like that it doesn't give too much away about him.
Yeah.
You get like clues and hints, and like you kind of get like a glimpse into his mind a little bit, but it doesn't like dive too deep. It doesn't go like into his fucking childhood, like how I feel like a lot of other movies would. Like, and I feel like that's what makes him so creepy because you don't know shit about him. It's just he's just a mystery. He's just a fucking psycho who has like a bunch of women locked up like underneath like in his basement area, and he has like this whole fucking system played out, and he even has like the little miniatures
Yeah.
of like the little dolls or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
little wooden figures of like the two women that he
Yeah, and he's documenting.
captures.
He's documenting like a timestamp of everything that happens along the way.
So yeah, and that's another thing. Like, how many times has he done this?
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why he just it stood out to me. It's like, man, he's acting like mad, like a serial killer. Like it just to me it seems kind of like a serial killer movie in
Yeah.
a sense.
Yeah,
Which
so-
I guess you could say it did kind of like Saw in that sense. I guess you could say, but like more psychological, I suppose.
Yeah, and like I said, like it was kind of like cool to see like a big Hollywood movie like bringing up like like the deep questions about religion and things like that because you never see that. I mean, the last like movie that I was even surprised that came out in theaters and like was There Will Be Blood. Like to have like that somebody like saying the stuff that he was saying to like what's his name's character, the fucking Riddler,
Paul Dano.
Paul Dano's character, when he fucking just making him fucking say, the whole God is a superstition, and all his little speeches, like I was like, whoa, like this is crazy that like this movie,
It's good dialogue.
yeah, like it's so well written,
Yeah.
but like I said, it was just like for it to be like a big modern like Hollywood movie and be as popular as it is, like it was just refreshing.
I loved how they were able. The writing was so good during the dialogue of that, like that main part in that, like in that study. Like how because he started with, the Holly song, right? The Air That I Breathe, talking about the iterations from Radiohead and then Lana Del Rey, but then also tied it into Monopoly and the history of Monopoly. But then like the one moment of like I guess comic relief is when he mentioned Star Wars, and how that is an iteration of like these biblical type stories,
yeah.
born of a virgin, December or whatever.
Yeah,
And then he started doing the Jar Jar Binks. And
it's so bad. Like it's not even good, dude. Like I wonder if they purposely like I don't know, dude. Like
Even when he did the Creep, when he was singing Creep,
it
I'm a
didn't-
weirdo.
Yeah, like,
I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? Yeah, like I wonder if like he tried to do it the way that it sounded to him, and they were like, "It works.
That's perfect,
It
yeah.
works."
how
Because
do
like
you
the
remember?
awkwardness.
Yeah, dude.
Because like they did a very good job at like keeping the movie awkward. Because it opens up like super awkward. Because when they're having that weird conversation about like condom sizes,
Oh yeah.
and she's like trying not to admit that she's watched porn.
Yeah.
Like
I thought they were setting up that whole like her being super naive. Like I'm glad it didn't fall into the trope of like killing off the naive one. And like the edgy like rebel one
That
is the
you
one
think
that
is
survives.
gonna be the one that's
Yeah.
gonna
Like,
figure
you think,
everything out.
But no, it ends up being like the other way around.
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I wasn't like super weird about when she suddenly was like trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
Because the whole time she was trying to be so polite and like, I mean, I can imagine being in that situation. Like, if the nicer you are, or whatever, the more you comply, the cordial. Like, I guess the odds of you getting out of that situation is greater. So she was on high alert because I mean, even when she noticed that bead of sweat, like that's when she knew immediately. Or the water drop on his head or whatever, and then you see her bead of sweat, right, while she's still trying to like like, well, thank you very much for having us. It is getting kind of late, you know. Like she was definitely the stronger of the two, in that sense. Like her anxiety was
Yeah.
like her like those was it endorphin chemicals or whatever like were kicking in.
Yeah. I do feel like the movie made a kind of tricked you into thinking like, yeah, like
Yeah.
this like one that's kind of like, it seems like she's kind of like the, I guess, not the dumber of the two, but just some more.
She's naive.
Yeah.
Because even when when he asked him the question about like was it polyamory, and she
Yeah.
was like, "That's kind of sus," but I mean, to each their own, I guess.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
what the
She's
fuck?
just so nice and like
Yeah.
sweet, and then the other one's like the defiant one that you think like, oh, she's gonna be like the
Yeah.
badass.
But she's
of
more
the two.
emotional, and he was because he was probing them a lot, dude.
Yeah.
You know, because like he would say different things, you know, like when he was asking about like if she sees, or if she gets like signs or whatever,
About her dead dad.
yeah, about her dead dad or whatever, you know, like he's kind of probing who's gonna be most susceptible in the end game, you know.
Yeah.
And like she just stood out because she was more emotionally vulnerable, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
I do like the comedy relief scene where, like, they're Mormons, right? So it was like one of the elders
Uh-huh.
comes to the door and like to.
Topher Grace.
Silver Grace.
Oh, dude, I know.
Yeah,
dude,
that was
I-
Eric Foreman.
That
That
made him look so old.
That was my favorite part of the movie, dude.
And and then he comes back thinking like, oh, he noticed like maybe the bikes or something. Like I don't
Yeah.
know. Like, and he comes back, it's like, I couldn't. What do you say? Like
I could I was compelled, like I couldn't help myself. And he do you have this pamphlet?
yeah, dude. I was like, oh my god, dude.
I thought he was gonna kill him. Like when
Yeah.
he came back, I thought he was gonna say something about the bikes.
I was so hoping, and I'm glad that it didn't happen. I was hoping that they weren't like where he's just gonna like notice something and then like now it starts to unfold and then they have to escape and they get out and say happy ending.
Yeah, just like a traditional.
Yeah, like I would have thought, I for sure would have done like they could have done more with that. Like I like that it ended kind of fucked up.
Yeah, and I do think it did have like a lot of coincidences too.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
Yeah.
like when she got like the like
matches.
that big blade too, that the big blade in her pocket. The
Oh,
one
how
that she ends up.
the letter opener.
Yeah. Yeah, because it doesn't show her getting it, and I hate when movies do that, because then it's just like, okay, I'm just gonna believe that she somehow got it without him seeing it, even though he's like watching them like hawks, you know. But yeah, and then like the matches, but no, it didn't. Like there was something else that bugged me, like okay, he expected someone to come in and
Knock on the
like
door.
one of the elders to come and look for them, right? So he had planned that already. Because he mentions like the girl mentions it. Because remember he knew that somebody was gonna come knock on the door and that they were gonna run up to the door, so that way the prophet could swap the body out.
Oh yeah.
So and I'm just like, that's way too much to rely on like your plan.
Just for chance.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, because like how deep did his knowledge go?
Yeah.
Because he just put in the inquiry for them to show up.
yeah. So I mean,
Unless he knew that there's like some protocol in their religion where there has to be someone like that. That's something like an off leash like chaperone situation, and was banking on them showing up at some time.
yeah, but it's also like, I mean, how do you even plan that? Like, where it's like, what if it was just like a 10-second visit? Have you seen them? No? All right, later. And then, or
Yeah.
how did you know that maybe like they weren't going to be trying to look around the room and escape like while that was happening, or somebody looks back and they just catch like the prophet awkwardly like moving the body like, oh shit, hey, turn back around, homie, you know?
Yeah.
That was just one of those coincidences that kind of like, I'm kind of nitpicking, but it did bug me. Like, I'm like, this too much on chance for it to happen.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
But-
I do think that's kind of like splitting hairs on that one. But no, you're right though, because I mean like he would have had to have been like super like perfect on his homework to know exactly what that guy was gonna do. And he knew
Yeah.
exactly who was gonna be kind of like drone footage for them.
Yeah, and not only that, I feel like when you're in that like, for I'm talking about the girls that are captured in there, I feel like when you're in a situation like that, you're so fucking alert of everything going on around
For
you because
sure.
your adrenaline is just pumping. that
She would have heard that
she would've
commotion
heard-
of the switching of the bodies.
Yeah, like it was just too much of a coincidence. Because even when like
Devil's advocate.
what?
I agree with you. With like she was alert, you know, adrenaline pumping, but also they're focused on
Getting out,
and getting like what was it?
The matches.
The matches, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're
They were
hyper focused.
yeah, they
on
were
that.
hyper focused.
So
I mean, that could be, but I also feel like when they did go underneath, when she moves the table and all that, I'm like, how did that prophet do all that? You know what I mean? Like, move the table out of the way, open that fucking thing, grab the body, throw it down there, go back, you know, close it
My
up.
question
Like,
is like there has to have been a first one of those women in order for this guy's plan to work out every time like this. Like, so the original was had to have been two girls.
maybe his wife
One of them died, or the wife.
and like sacrificed her. Maybe.
Yeah, and then it's like, and then the one that survived then knows that they have to do. Because then they eventually think that they're gonna become resurrected, but they don't. I get it.
I mean, they probably been locked up for years, and
Yeah.
they're just so like.
But even going to
mentally-
that point, like having the prophet, like aren't they like starved and like super weak?
I
Like,
think he probably just gives them enough to keep them alive so that they need him.
Yeah.
yeah, but then like, how are they strong enough to move the body?
He has to. In that case, he must have. If he's that meticulous, then he must know, like, what exactly like calories and like nutrients stuff to keep them alive and healthy enough to be able to do that. Like he'd have to have it down to like a science.
Yeah.
Which to me, like, this furthers the case that he's a serial killer. Like he'll go to no lengths, you know, to satisfy his urges.
Yeah. How did you guys feel about the ending?
I was just gonna ask that. So, I don't think she made it out.
Who?
I feel the main girl. I feel like that all was like.
That was her. That's her near death experience.
Well, no, I don't think like. Okay, so the way she kind of survives, I guess, is the girl that gets her throat slashed saves her, right?
No, I think that was all of her imagination.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think that. I knew that board that they pulled down with the nail sticking out, I knew that was gonna make a comeback eventually.
Yeah, because if the camera like focused on it, and then you just never see it again.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of like, okay, when is
Yeah.
that gonna be brought up?
Yeah. So she describes the girl who gets her throat cut describes that there's her near death experience, and then there was this feeling of like, oh, this isn't real, right? So I think when like she's sitting there like dying because she's bleeding out because she got that's a fatal wound like
Yeah.
to the abdomen like that. So she was bleeding out, and at some point she experienced that time before you die, where
That blade wasn't that big though.
well, it doesn't matter because like
But-
a blade doesn't have to be that big to punch her like a major artery right here and you just bleed out.
Yeah, but that's the first thing like I noticed too when she got stabbed in the gut. She like immediately starts like falling. I'm like, no, you don't. That's not what it's like to get stabbed. And I've seen 1 million people get stabbed, dude. And
Damn, 1 million?
dude,
Damn.
I
Where
follow.
the fuck you hang out, dude?
When
What
I
kind of
follow
por-
it, I'll
kind of
beef,
pornos you
dude.
watching,
I'll
dude?
beef on IG,
All beef.
dude.
I've seen somebody get stabbed in person.
No, but I've seen a bunch of videos, and they always have this adrenaline pumping, dude. I've
Yeah.
seen somebody get their throat slit, and they're so like walking around, like running, like
That's
doing the
true.
crazy-
That's
so,
true.
I feel like if you get stabbed, like yeah, it's gonna take a while for you to die. It's gonna hurt, but I don't even think it'll hurt right there and then. Like especially if your adrenaline's pumping, dude. Like you're gonna be able to run, you're gonna be able to move around. It's gonna take you a while to actually like bleed out and die.
Well, yeah, that's what I think because she did take a while because she was conscious for a while.
Yeah, but she like fell back immediately, and she's like, ugh. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
because she was able to eventually stab him, right?
Because she's a woman, dude. She's
and then-
weaker.
And I think
oh,
and-
okay, yeah.
And
For
like
sure.
they had that moment where she's praying over him, right? And then I think her hallucinations start at the girl killing the guy,
Yeah.
hitting him in the head with
So
the
you-
spiked.
You think that she died, that he got to her, killed her, and that was the end?
She died. He killed her, and she experienced death because of her bleeding out. But he also died too.
Yeah.
He died, like all that went down, and like her praying, and then him kind of like being on her, like comforted like that. I'm telling you I'm telling you, he gives me like creepy like serial killer vibes. And it was when she like when he's like trying to go like face to face with him, and then that's when he gets hit in the head with the nails from the plank. I think that moment forward, her escaping, making it outside, all of that was just her hallucinations from being just on the edge of death. Like because then she notices like the butterfly, which she speaks on that earlier in the movie, and then it disappears.
Yep.
So then in that moment she has that realization. She's like, oh, this isn't real. Dies. That's why the movie ends like that. That's what I think.
That's what I think too.
I don't know.
But I think they did that intentionally though. Like they want people to discuss it.
Yeah.
I think I think I saw something that said that they wanted to do that.
Yeah, because I mean, you can argue either way that she did make it out or she didn't.
No, we're right, dude.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah. No, there's only one true religion.
Yeah.
We're,
Okay, no.
Yeah, we're controlling the narrative here.
Dale.
I did really like the sound. Like the audio was dope. Like I loved the sound design on it. I like it seemed very ASMR-ish, you know, at times. Like I thought the sound really added a lot of that intensity that it kind of felt immersive in a way.
Yeah.
And I liked it. That's what I liked about it.
Yeah. What did you guys think about the cell phone falling in the snow though?
Cell phone falling in the snow.
Because at the end when she escapes, that's the only thing that kind of lead me to believe that she did escape. Because her cell phone falls when she escapes, and it said searching for service, and it falls like in the snow. But the camera lingers on the phone for a little bit. I'm like, if she was dreaming this up, like I don't think the camera would be lingering on a phone.
Like why would the phone?
Like what would the phone have?
Why would that phone in the background of her hallucination?
Yeah, because she's not even in the
frame
picture.
anymore.
No, she like walks away and the phone drops.
It's like an inconsequential piece of that hallucination. That
Yeah.
we're seeing.
So unless, like I said, that maybe they just threw that in there to like as another like, okay, what about this? You know, like.
Oh, I see.
That's the only reason I think like she did in my mind like make it out. Cause yeah, I was like, well, why the cell phone? But
I prefer that she dies. Like
She didn't make it out, dude.
yeah.
another dead Mormon. Why not, dude?
I just because it's too happy ending-ish, man. Like you could always leave it like creeping and unsettling. Like there's nothing wrong with that, you know.
No,
like,
yeah,
I prefer it to some degree. You know what I mean? Like if she like survived like that wound, you know, going through all of that, dude. Like so, what's she do after that then? And what the fuck?
That's way more harsher, dude,
is she gonna
than her dying.
Then like, what about the women who are locked in the cages? Like, what about them?
They're gonna be rescued and live a happy life afterwards.
Yeah, they're gonna become advocates.
Cops are gonna go down there like, what religion are you? Christian? All right, let's go.
Yeah,
She dead, homie.
I don't know. That cell phone, like I'm telling you, like it
No,
just
that's a
seems
good
too
point.
out of place.
Yeah, like why give it so much?
Attention.
Like why give it so much like attention?
Like
if
it has a few seconds of on screen. It's just
Okay, so
cell
what
phone.
does it say on the screen of the cell phone?
It's
Does
just
it ever get service?
I don't think it shows it getting service.
I don't remember. I think it does the searching for service. You know,
It goes from like not having service to like searching.
Yeah.
Like it's trying to connect to like
But it never says.
I don't think it ever
Connect?
shows that
don't
it's actually
know.
connects.
I to me, I see that as a confirmation that she's dead.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't know.
because it could be a symbol of like that's it never connects. There's no connection, like loss of life.
Yeah, but cell phones also, I don't know. Like I feel like I said, dude, I don't know. Like I feel like it's lingering too much on it, and it just. That's how I felt about that movie, Love Lies Bleeding.
Oh yeah.
How like at the end everyone's saying like, oh, you know, it's just in her mind, but I'm like, but she like physically like picks up the guy, and it's like when you add that physicalness, like it just like
It's hard not to call it into question.
yeah, and I'm like, okay, like yeah,
I see what
like,
you mean.
So I don't know, like I feel like they just threw that as another like hurdle for you to like to okay, like so what is it? Because I feel like if it wasn't for that one little scene, like her escaping, yeah, you can easily say, oh, it's just in her mind or whatever. But I don't know.
Maybe they did it so like three dipshits can like talk about it on a podcast.
Yeah, but I mean,
Instead, we're
when is
doing-
that gonna happen? Too bad we only got 2 on this one.
Yeah, me and Jose.
Oh, dude.
Oh my god. Man.
I like movies like that though, like where they kind of get to talk about like controversial, but like make very good points, stuff like that. Like especially like about like religion and shit. Because I mean, people who do like believe, I feel like lack a lot of critical thinking, and it kind of just, I feel like it's an opportunity to have a little bit of something given to you to put something in perspective,
Yeah.
to challenge like the way that you think about it, because one of the points of that movie is, like believing, like coming up in this faith, and then believing it because someone indoctrinated you into believing it, and it's something you've just regurgitated this whole time, or like is it something that you actually have engaged in yourself and developed like this philosophy and this lifestyle on your own terms, Like it kind of it touches on calling that into
Yeah.
question,
And
and I like that.
Yeah, and I mean, I know it's like specific to religion, but I mean, you can,
Anything really.
yeah, like, cause I got like a lot of like veganism shit out of it, watching this movie.
In what
And,
way?
Like the whole, like you said, like you're only this way because you grew up this way.
I see
You
what you
know,
mean.
like and
Like justifying like the lifestyle of like consuming meat and
just
the
'cause,
process
like, that's what you know,
from
you
animal
know?
to plate.
Yeah.
Like and like ignoring all of those ramifications.
The genocide,
And,
yeah.
and it's and like not have that, like not having that awareness of that reality because you've been like, I don't know, for the lack of a term,
and it
indoctrinated.
just being like something that's like so old, and they just like you said, like just copies of copies of copies, and this is why like to this day, like one of the main arguments I always get, like, is just like, well, like, if meat's bad for you, like, how come we've been doing it for so long? And I'm like, what?
It's
Like,
profitable.
well, not only that, I'm like, we used to fucking not let women vote for like longer than we've been around. Like,
Yeah, but and that's also
like-
like a really silly argument too, though, because
Yeah.
cattle's not even native to the states. That was brought in after the like the railroad industry collapsed, like the economy in like the 1800s, bro. They that's how like the whole cattle baron like boom occurred. They imported a bunch of cattle from like Europe, dude.
yeah. So I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
so all the bad shit came from Europe?
100%.
fucking Europe.
Fucking Europe, homie.
God damn Europe, dude.
Hey, fuck Europe, homie. What's up?
Yeah,
Square up, homie.
yeah, dude.
But yeah, I do like this. It kind of reminded me.
Hey,
like,
talking to the microphone.
It kind of reminded me of the La Llorona movie we watched.
Which one?
The not bad one.
The good one, then.
The actual
Spain one.
Yeah, the one from Spain.
Where
And-
it's not necessarily about La Llorona. It has more of like that political undertone to it.
Yeah, and I remember like after I watched it, I thought it was a boring movie.
I loved it.
I didn't. I just thought, like, I don't know. I came out like not like caring for it. I'm like, I can never like watch this again. I'll be okay. And I think I made a point when we recorded that episode. I was like, I think I had like I might have been the first one to share my opinion. I'm like, yeah, it was whatever. Like, I don't really care for it. But then like after the discussion, I'm like, you know what? I changed my mind because it's gotten us to talk a lot about it, because it is a very political movie, and it has a lot of like undertones about a bunch of shit, and like I feel like they were using just the Llorona folktale as like a metaphor for a bunch of like real fucking heavy themes.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the discussion. It made me talk. So like I had like a change of heart about that movie, even though like originally I'm just like, whatever, But
Yeah.
so that's kind of how I feel about this movie. Like I feel like it is a good discussion piece.
That's what I think makes it cool. Like it's kind of just bigger than just like the movie,
Yeah.
Like, and there's a lot of different things to touch on in it, I feel like it being done intentionally that way is tight, is what makes it a cool movie.
Yeah, and yeah, like I said, I do like the ideas. I like that it does, kind of, like I said, I feel like religion's always like off limits in big Hollywood movies.
Yeah, religion and politics is like
Yeah,
generally
yeah,
is what they
exactly.
say that you should kind of avoid in conversation.
Just because you don't want to divide anybody and like, you know, you don't want to lose out on money. So like,
Yeah, and but like I mean, at the end of the day, dude, like you can totally have like a difficult conversation in a civil manner.
yeah.
I
You
also
know.
think this movie doesn't really take a stance on it either.
No, it doesn't because like
Mm-mm.
it's kind of left open ended. Like they never really got a chance to kind of go back and forth.
Yeah.
And that was like the part that I was kind of bummed out on because I was hoping like
They'd get into it a little bit more.
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
debate a little bit. Yeah.
Debate or at least like just show him like, you know, I don't know, just get more
again,
out of him.
again, that's not the point though. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And so I can see why they wouldn't like go
Deeper.
like full throttle with that. You know.
yeah.
Because there was even a moment where I think Hugh Grant's character was telling the girl, like the one that survived, or that supposedly survived, where I think he tells her like to pray or something. And
Yeah.
She says a comment that I was just like, oh shit.
Oh, she talks about it's like they did like this study of like cancer patients.
Yeah.
And like half of them were prayed over and the other half were not, and the results show that there's no real difference, you know. So
Yeah, but like the whole lesson of it, at least from what I took from it, was like she understood, I guess, like that it didn't work, but it's nice to like think about somebody other than yourself.
yeah, that's the point.
And that's the point. Yeah,
That's the
exactly.
point.
That's the point.
That's the point.
So I thought that was tight.
It what it does, it connects you to the reason why it's like it's a good idea to pray for like somebody, you know.
Yeah.
Because like you're seeking a connection rather than a disconnection, you know. Because then otherwise they're other, you're right, they're wrong, and then that division happens. Division, you know, kind of like Yoda, you know, like it leads to fear, you know. Fear, you know, manifests in aggression and in anger, you know, and then you know people suffer as a result. You know what I mean? Nah, but I wish they kind of did lean into it more though.
Yeah.
Like, but I liked her stance on that. With
Yeah.
the whole prayer thing, you know, because I mean that's how it is. The only wrong way to pray is to not do it at all, if you think about it. But you know, it is nice to think about somebody else other than yourself.
Yeah. Because
That's kind of the
she even says that in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, yeah, I can back that. Because I mean, I'm an atheist, so I always think it's funny when people, especially like coworkers, when they say stuff like, "Oh, like like thinking that I'm gonna get offended by saying like, oh, I'll pray for you or whatever." I'm like, okay, cool, thanks. Like, I know it's coming from like when somebody says that to you, it's coming from like a good place. You know what I mean? So like, why am I gonna be offended by that?
I'm like, ew.
Yeah, you're just kind of looking for trouble. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and that's like how much better are you making yourself look by behaving like that? You know?
Yeah.
It's just, you know, cordial to just be like, oh, thanks. You know, it's like bless you. Like you say bless you to somebody when they sneeze, you know, like that's no different from like praying for them real quick. And you say,
I
thank
actually
you.
don't.
What's that Dane Cook?
Yeah?
I say salud,
Salud. Oh, okay.
even
yeah.
if like they're not like they don't know Spanish. I still say or I say shut the fuck up.
I was gonna say, you tell me shut the fuck up. That's funny. I don't get salud. That sucks.
Salud. No, I've said bless you because I have that power.
That's what's up.
No, it's funny because like Anna had told me that her son had asked her like, "Oh, what's the Pope?" Because you know how like we have a new Pope now,
Yeah.
and she didn't. She told me she didn't really know how to like explain to him because she's also an atheist, and she didn't really know how to explain it to him without kind of like
Confusing him.
confusing him and like I guess forcing her belief. On
What
him.
is how do you perceive it?
Well, let me finish telling you. So, she said that she told him like, she says, I don't know really. Like, I think he's like the assistant manager to God or something. And like he
funny.
accepted it. He was just like, oh, okay.
That's funny. I mean, in a nutshell, I suppose you can say that. Yeah, it's. I mean, Catholics believe in apostolic succession, so he's like the successor to Peter. that Peter is recognized as the first pope, and every pope has just been like the lineage from that point. So the pope is technically just a bishop, but of Rome. That's basically what he is. He just has the highest position because he is just like the head of the church as that apostolic successor. So just kind of like a formality. It's just a very ancient tradition because it's a very old religion.
I think it's badass and funny that when they're gonna do like an actual like exorcism, like they have to like call the Pope and stuff and like get their approval and shit. I'm like, that's so, I don't know, that's silly to me.
They're mad skeptical about it because they
yeah,
think that people are just full of shit. Like,
Yeah,
they're just trying to like get a moment. They're trying to stir shit up. Like, so
they have to jump through so many hurdles to get that approved.
They're like, nah, like this has to be like straight up like, fuck that for them to sign off on. Yeah, like they have to sign off on it, like, for sure.
Do you have an opinion on the person they assigned as a new pope?
Oh, I don't give a fuck. I don't know. No.
Do you?
I mean,
because I've thought about it.
It doesn't really matter to me.
No, it doesn't.
I just think that is a respected position, right, within the church, and I think that you can either do a good job or a bad job, right? And a good job would be modeling,
Not touching kids?
modeling modeling how a Christian ought to behave, right? Which is basically doing what Jesus did. You're the Pope. If you are the successor to Peter, you are supposed to be Jesus' right-hand man. As if like he's still, because you have to think about it, the church is the mystical body of God, right? Mm-hmm. So like the congregation of people united makes up like what they mean by Jesus is living. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like that's a high position. So to do a good job is to walk the walk. What, like, you know, to me, like, I think he's cool because he's not like there's red letter Christians and there's red hat Christians, you know? So like he's a red letter Christian, meaning like in a Bible it has red letters. That typically means Jesus discourse. So it's not a narrative of like something that's talking about that Jesus did. It's what they're stating is what Jesus is actually saying, quote unquote, like word for word.
I'm more so speaking on the fact that he's an American.
Oh, I mean, like, I don't give a fuck where the motherfucker's from. Like, dude's from Earth and he's a human, you know?
So, yes. But I believe like Catholics from Rome, that's where they're at, right? Mm-hmm. Rome. Didn't they always view America as like, as far as like Catholicism in America, as progressive? So I feel like the fact that they have an American person as the Pope now mm-hmm. is kind of showing that like they're viewing the country more as like a conservative leaning.
I think that Americans may have thought that because he's American and was gonna bring that nationality shit with him, but like that doesn't matter.
He's all wearing a MAGA hat.
Like it does,
but it's like a Pope hat though.
But like, like no, but for real, like honestly, like that doesn't matter. It like because if you're good at that job, like being an American is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Because like there's no nation. Like it's a false idol. It
should
idol.
Be irrelevant.
It's a false idol.
Yeah.
Like giving that any like you give to Jesus says you give to Caesar what is Caesar's, you give to God what is God's, right? So like if you want to interpret that in a way where it's like okay, then like playing the game, right, without having to sip the Kool-Aid, if you will, or you know, so like he can be from Brazil, you know, or he could be Australian. I don't give a fuck. Like, is the dude gonna, you know, like ride out for the afflicted, the immigrants, the poor, the hungry, you know, for the meek, you know, because what you do to the least of these, you do unto me, you know, like all of the things that I'm not seeing happen from these people who like say that they're Christian with their chest, but like their actions say otherwise.
Yeah.
You know, like it doesn't matter where you're from. Like you should be viewing your religion, if you're a Christian, you should be viewing your nationality, the kingdom of God, which is like putting literally everybody else before you. like sacrificing like yourself to be of service to others so that you can like participate in trying to make the world a good place to be, to make it a perfect place, you know, like that's the only objective, like no matter where the fuck you're from, you know, like so anybody who assigns like, hey, it would be cool if he's, you know, since he's American, he's gonna go over there with his red fucking hat and shit. Like, you're stupid and you're missing the point. Like, you're prioritizing like your identity, like with like how you like identify with like politics and shit. Like, you're more Roman than you are Christian, you know, in that sense.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be a bad Roman to be a good Christian. Like, like Jesus wore fucking robes, dude. Like, he didn't wear, like, the Spartan hat and all that shit, you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't a warrior. He was a fucking bum, you know?
Broke-ass motherfucker.
Yeah, dude, he had no money. Like, I mean, like, you know, when everybody else told, like, hey, don't touch that fool, don't go near that guy, the leper or whatever, they outcasted him. They don't want, because they're sick. It's easy to, you know, fuck that. Because they're afraid. And dude was like, you're tripping. Like, I could never do that, you know? Like, as long as that is what the person has in mind for how they approach that role, I think that dude's gonna be cool, gonna be all right. You know, I don't give a fuck where they're from. You know, and I hope that it makes people feel like salty. You know, he's a progressive American dude. You know,
No. I'm not saying that. It's being said that the reason he's got chosen is because of like he's more conservative leaning, I guess.
Really?
That's what I've been reading.
That's what I've read too.
No, he's a little bit more.
I know he's spoken out against like JD Vance, but
Who is that? I kept thinking I was like one of the Backstreet Boys.
JD Vance?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the Backstreet Boys.
Oh, okay. Got
JC Chazé.
it.
He's
That's
the
right,
vice
that's
president that like goes a little heavy on the eyeliner. Ease it up, homie.
Yeah,
Ease it up.
he's the one that took a back seat when Elon Musk had his time in the front seat.
That sounds silly, dude.
No, from what I understand, he's a little bit more on like the liberal side. You
Hopefully.
know? Like,
And fuck liberals, homie.
well, I mean, liberal in the sense of like not conservative, I guess.
Hey, fuck
you know?
conservatives, homie.
So you're telling me that fool's wearing a thong underneath that robe, dude?
I'm just saying, like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I don't
it's
want to know.
It's
what he's
just
wearing
it's
under.
just another dude. It's just another dude who
He's some old
has
ass dude.
has a
Hey,
fancy
how
job.
much does the role of Pope get paid? And can I apply?
Well, technically they take a vow of poverty. So like even when like Pope Francis, like
They have all
he-
that gold though.
like, I know that they have like money, you know, but I mean it's not like on it. I don't think it's gonna be anywhere near the realm of like someone like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk and shit like that.
I'm
Like
not interested then.
like that's crazy amounts of money. No, but I know like I remember reading about like Pope Francis, like he took like the small study inside the Vatican. Like he didn't stay like where they normally stay, like where the Pope normally would make his personal quarters. He wanted something a little bit more modest, like a little more humble. Like he wanted to be more grounded and rooted. Like he didn't have a lavish diet or anything. He said he like I guess his focus was just kind of just being Jesus-esque, you know, in his lifestyle, you know, which is cool, you know, but I don't know. It looks mad fancy from the outside, you know, with their black and white smoke, dude. You know,
I just always remember that scene from Eurotrip when he accidentally burned something in the fireplace and it comes out white smoke.
Oh, I think they chose someone. or
And then-
something.
no, they well, I think is it black smoke or white smoke that signifies the Pope has died?
well, no, neither. So a conclave is concluded only after white smoke because they have chosen a new pope. Black smoke means that they have like what do you call it, like convened for that session but have not reached like a verdict.
Well, there's something that happens in the movie where everybody thinks the Pope has died, and then like immediately after, like one of the characters from Eurotrip, like I think he like throws one of the Pope's robes into the fireplace on accident,
It turned white.
and it turned white, the smoke,
That's
and they're
funny.
like, "Oh, they've elected a new Pope," and then like he's like wearing like one of the Pope's robes, and he like goes through a curtain like tripping, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's the new Pope."
Dude.
It's like some young ass guy.
Yeah.
That's what it should be.
It was
though,
Scotty,
dude.
homie. It was Scotty.
Scotty doesn't know.
Scotty does know.
Scotty doesn't know. Whoa.
I think like anybody above 60 just shouldn't be elected for anything important ever.
For sure.
Ever.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing for me. It's kind of like, okay, does this person reflect my values? Like, do they reflect like what I feel is like important and impactful for like the world around me, you know, like
That's selfish.
well, because I mean, like
For real, dude.
like no, like the world around me, as in like my
I know.
community, you know, like you
There's a
know,
broma, homie.
you know. So I mean, like if they're older, they're obviously generations like above me. Like how many times people like, well, like I've heard people say, I bought my first house when I was 21, and it's to me, you know,
What year? 2008.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, my parents, when they told me they bought their first
Not
house,
that old.
they bought their first house in like the early 90s for like $80,000.
In the 80s?
No, in the early 90s.
The reason I said 2008 was because that's when the housing market crashed.
2009.
It was 2008, right?
2008.
Yeah. Come on, homie.
In the 90s, though.
No, I think about that too because I remember when my grandma bought her house in Riverside. It was like $80,000.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you can't,
like, fuck,
you
dude.
can't compare the two. You know, like because I mean, like the way that everything the cost of living has increased. You know, the value of everything has gone up. You know, and then when you have like, you know, politics engaging in trade policies and stuff that affect, you know what.
For real, my movies are mad expensive now, dude. Tariffs, dude.
Terrorists?
Tariffs.
Terrorists?
Terrorists.
Like the band, like terror riffs,
Yeah, dude. That's sick bad.
Terror does rip.
or terror rips.
Terror rips.
Dude, terror
Like
does rip.
like a terror or a rip.
Both. Hey, you think Al Bundy could afford that fucking house and family on selling women's shoes?
No, I mean what
In the
what-
90s, maybe.
What year does it take place?
It was like late 80s, early 90s.
Maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. What did she do?
Nothing.
No.
She's a stay-at-home mom.
Spent the money.
And he worked at a fucking women's shoe store at a mall
2 kids.
with two
Two
kids
kids.
and a dog. Big-ass fucking house.
Lies.
Maybe he had a side hustle, dude.
Damn.
Maybe.
I don't know.
So Heretic, would you guys recommend it?
I would recommend it for somebody who's interested in watching something that's like entertaining and fun, you know, like, and wants to engage in like a conversation about something like thought provoking.
Yeah.
So yeah, in that sense.
Yeah, same.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to ask another question. And I'm stealing from the Homies podcast, 90 Minutes on Film.
Dang.
Double feature.
Dang.
What are you watching this with?
Heretic?
Yeah. Heretic and what?
Ooh.
Hmm.
All right, hold on. Let me think about this,
All right, I got mine.
dude. What's yours?
Heretic and Martyrs.
Ah, man, that's a dark movie, dude.
The good Martyrs, not the
Yeah.
American. Is it an American remake?
Yeah.
Probably because it sucks.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but it sucks.
See that's another movie, dude. That's just it's so thought provoking.
Dude, that one.
I read an essay with the director, and he even says he regrets making that movie because it's so dark.
That's just.
He
dark
said
as
he was
fuck.
like in a bad mindset when he made that, and
Which one?
Martyrs.
I don't think I've seen it. No, I've never seen it. I gotta watch that.
That kind of has a similar like, not similar. It's just it touches on some similar things about near death experiences, type of shit.
I mean, does it have to be like a movie? Maybe like an art piece? Like I don't know. I feel like Zeitgeist would be a good like companion piece to this.
To Heretic.
Mm-hmm. Because it does touch like especially that first chapter touches like a lot. But I feel like
Reading.
You
reading
can watch it. You can listen to it.
what
Oh, audiobook. Okay.
No, they have there's like a video.
Zeitgeist?
Oh, video book?
There's a whole movie.
There's a movie book.
Yeah, movie book. What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
I would maybe pick like Hannibal. Like
Hannibal, the
yeah.
musical.
No, the
Hannibal, the musical.
the sequel to Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
Why that one and not Silence of the Lambs?
Just because, like, I feel like the pacing of the movie is similar. Like, cause then you get to the gory like intensity stuff like towards the end, and then it's more of like a psychological cat and mouse back and forth kind of thing like throughout the first part of the film, and it's based off of like a serial killer, like and like the urges that they get to kill, you know. Like, I feel like it kind of it dances in the same thing and he's very thought provoking. He's very intelligent, very meticulous.
All right.
You know,
I want to change my movie.
What's up?
The House
Hannibal?
of Jack built.
The House of Jack Bill and Zeitgeist?
And
Hannibal the musical.
Heretic.
Hannibal the musical.
No, dude.
The House that Jack built.
I think you would like that movie.
The House of Jack built.
Yeah.
Okay.
With Matt Dillon.
Yeah.
It has the uncut version on Hulu, but even that's edited.
Oh really?
Yeah. A lot of people walked out of this movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's super gory. Like no one's off. No one's safe in this movie.
Yeah.
But it's about a serial killer telling his story while what's the person that leads you down the gates of hell?
Oh, I don't know. The Grim Reaper.
Adam Sandler?
Adam Sandler. Yeah, so he's
Yeah,
kind of
they
like he's kind of working his way. Kind of down the afterlife,
Yeah.
and you're not sure where he's going, because he passes like a lot of different areas. But he's telling his story of how he got to that point, and he's a serial killer who has his first murder kind of on an accident, but he has a OCD. So you get like it's kind of in some ways a black like dark comedy, just because like it has a lot of really really dark humor in it. Like there's a scene where he kills this woman in her house, and he ends up like putting the body in the car, like he's ready to go, and he's in his van like about to take off, and he hears the siren, some like a cop car coming, and he's like, oh shit, okay, but here's his chance to go, but his mind starts working, his OCD starts kicking in. Shit, did I leave blood underneath the carpet? Fuck, okay, goes back in the house, checks the carpet, nothing in there. All right, he goes back in the car. Shit, is there a little bit of blood splatter on the wall? So he keeps going back, and the whole time you're just like, oh my god, like just fucking go,
That's
dude.
funny.
It's fucking hilarious, dude. And then
Like, it's funny because like for someone who experiences that, like that's kind of like suffering for them. Because I mean, like like they can't accomplish.
They can't help it.
Yeah, they can't accomplish it because the compulsions are so like the intrusive thoughts are winning every time. You know. But it's funny from the outside looking in because it's kind of like, bro, get the fuck out of there.
yeah. So yeah, it's definitely like it's made to make you kind of laugh. But so there's like a bunch of examples on that, because eventually he starts getting like more careless, but he even talks about how he gets so fucking lucky every time, like dumb luck. Like there's a scene where he's taking the body he keeps all the dead bodies in a pizza, like he bought like a pizza shop, and it has this giant freezer in it. And
Okay.
He keeps all the bodies in there. And there's a scene where one of the bodies falls out of his van, but it's like attached to a rope. So he's dragging this fucking body like in the, all the way down to his warehouse. Huge blood trail leading straight to his spot. By dumb luck, it just happens to rain. And especially that night, it was just like a big rain. So it just washes all the blood away. So little dumb things like that, he gets off like by luck.
Like by chance.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
We're on Betamax. We're on Betamax.
Want to say hi?
Hello?
That's what's up.
Hello.
Hello. Jose on dad duty right now.
I know. Against my better judgment, I'm opening this ring pop.
Against your better judgment?
Yeah. But we don't have a game until 11 tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
So it's the first Saturday, or the first Friday, I guess, in like forever that we get to actually like stay up late. Normally have to get up early. Games have been at like at 8:00.
But anyways, yeah, I think you would like it because he goes into detail about how his mind works and the whole serial killer and religion. It plays a big part of it.
Really?
Yeah, and like how he's trying to like kind of cheat his way out of going to hell and making his way to heaven. Like it gets really really up there, dude. And like it's kind of an artsy film too. Like so you get like a lot of like random scenes in between, just like just weird shots of like random shit happening, where it ties in with what he's talking about at that moment. But it goes from like animation to like these old clips of like fucking animals to
Like fucking animals?
yeah,
Bestiality?
fucking animals.
That's gross, dude.
Yeah, dude. But I think the scene that everyone like freaks out on is when he goes hunting with the kids.
Yeah.
And he hunts the kids.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
It's pretty brutal. It's tight.
What?
It's sick, dude.
I don't know. Like I like seeing stuff that kind of just pushes it a little bit. Like in Nosferatu. Like it really caught me off guard when the dude, like when Orlok, like actually like he caught him like and he drained the girls and then just dropped their lifeless body, you know. And
The
like,
kids?
Yeah, the
Oh.
little girl. And I was like, oh shit, you know, like
Yeah, you should watch Martyrs.
Watch Rambo, dude. 2008 Rambo.
oh, the one where is that the one where he's like shooting with the arrows like, and he's like in a field by himself.
Yeah, and he's like blowing everyone up.
And he's like blowing everyone up, dude.
He's blowing everyone?
He's blowing everyone up.
What kind of porn is he watching, dude?
Yeah,
Damn,
some
that's
sick
what's
ass
up.
porn, dude.
John Rambo blowing everybody. See everybody next time.
All right,